sure.
You want to have a debate?
You have to be a Christian.
Why
Islam.
do I need to be a Christian?
Well, okay. Tell me.
Okay. Why do I need to be a Christian? My first question would be this. If I came from a country that had no religion and I came into an Islamic world and a Christian world, what would I be more attracted to and why? I mean, what would be the benefits of both societies? If I came in now, that's my question.
Sure. So, in a Christian society,
Yep.
men are intrinsically equal to women.
Okay.
In an Islamic society, men are the only things which are sought for. The religion is centered around men.
Okay.
Women are denied identity. Women are denied their respect in any form.
So you're saying they've got the same opportunities as men?
Who?
Women.
In a Christian world.
Okay.
Not same opportunity, intrinsic value. Intrinsic value of men and women same in Christian thought.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, one second.
That's right.
You follow the church.
But in an Islamic world,
Yep.
in an Islamic society, that is not the case. Do you like to respect women?
I don't think it's got to do with Islam and Christianity. If you look at the continent of Africa, right, every single leader is a man. Every single one. Now, we know that some countries are Islamic in Africa and some are Christian. But every single one of those leaders is a man. Because when you look at the St. Petersburg conferences between Putin and all the African leaders, they're all men. So
Please stay focused, please.
Sure.
I'm talking about the religion right now.
Okay.
Now, to understand the religion, the ultimate place you need to go to is the very source of the religion.
Fine.
Yeah. Bible versus the Quran. You can read the Bible. Men and women, equality. I'll give you a rough idea. Yeah?
Okay.
In the beginning, who did God create? Adam
And Eve, yes.
and the woman. When God created the woman, what did he say? He said that he was creating someone comparable, a helper comparable to the man is who he created. A helper comparable to man. So the lady was comparable to the man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how right at the start God created.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the template. God talks about man having to leave his parents and being united with his wife.
Yeah.
The idea is man ought to be united with his wife, one wife, and that is one married unit, married couple.
I agree with that. It makes
Sure.
better for society, as it's always worked for centuries.
Absolutely. But this is a Christian thought. This is a biblical thought.
Yeah.
Men being equal.
Judaism as well. I think
Exactly. When I say Christian, I mean biblical.
Yeah.
Biblical. So this comes from the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament. Go to the Quran. In the Quran, you don't see this. The Quran is a man-centered literature.
Okay.
Because the Quran looks for terrorists. The Quran looks for mujahideen. The Quran looks for people who would wage jihad. People who would go on a hijrah, going around to fight and kill others. Remember even the verse that you were talking about in terms of forbidding alcohol. I told you the other day,
Yes,
which you
that's
did,
right, yeah.
you might not have picked up. Just to repeat, if you read the context of where the Quran says, don't have drinks, intoxicating drinks, the context is very simple. The context is a manual to fight. When you're going around to fight, you can smoke. You can't drink.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because you can be smoking yet be fighting. But you can't be drinking alcohol and be fighting. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is the only reason. So the point is, jihadis, people who go around killing and so on, they want men to do all of these things. Women, not needed. So you can read through the Quran.
Okay.
And this is why, in the Islamic mind, you'd understand, they're thinking about one man taking multiple
Wives.
sex slaves, not wives, sex slaves.
Okay. Well, what do you think about in a man marrying 4 women? They can marry 4 women. What do you think about that? Do you think that's wrong or do you think that's right?
God's template, one man, one woman.
Well, what's wrong with having 4 wives?
You tell me. You tell me. Are you married?
No, it's nothing to do with me, but I'll tell you what they thought many years ago, right? I'll tell you why Islam got it right with the concept of one man and 4 wives.
No, not 4 wives, 4 sex slaves.
Okay. In those
4
times,
sex slaves.
Right, okay. In those days, when there were many battles, many fights, many men would die in wars and battles. Therefore, you might have a population of half men compared to the women, or even a third if it's bad. That's why in Islam they understood the algebraic balance of when they say a man can marry 4 wives, can have 4 wives or whatever, yeah? They don't just mean all out and get them. They just mean that in terms. I mean, what if, for instance, like we have a biological disease and 3/4 of the men get wiped out.
But
all I'm saying is they use that in terms of war.
But do you understand?
Yeah.
You have already understood the core of the claim for 1 man, 4 women at a time, which is that they need men to fight.
Yes.
So the terrorists are being Islamic.
Yeah, but I think every culture has always had warriors. Every culture has always had warriors.
Please listen.
Yeah, sure.
Terrorism is Islamic. Going around killing others for the sake of religion is Islamic, which is what Islam has been doing right from the start. Which means inevitably men were dying. You're completely right. Men were dying, and therefore they thought, hey, why not have more women sex slaves for men?
Okay.
That's the reason. I completely understand. But the point is, the core of it is for us. Core of it can be useful to understand Islam is a religion of terrorism.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
it. That's what the Quran says. Surah.
I don't agree with that. I'll tell you why. Because if it was, you'd have a lot more doing it. You're only talking about the extreme elements. Now, there's always been extreme elements in every religion. There's always been extreme Hindus, there's always been extreme Jewish, there's always been extreme Christians. Yes, there are extremists in Islam, and yes, it is a problem. But it's got really nothing to do with the mathematical balance that their religion begins.
No, let's focus.
Well, let's look at the traditions.
No. You're misunderstanding here.
Okay.
This is classical indoctrination. Don't give in to this, please.
I wouldn't say I'm indoctrinated, but...
Yeah, sure. In this regard, when you say extreme, as if some nutters are those who are terrorists.
Yes.
Do you know about Muhammad?
Yes.
Muhammad went around killing non-Muslims.
Yeah.
That is terrorism.
Initially, Islam was spread by the sword, correct?
Yes.
For about the first 20, 30 years.
Who is the best example for Muslims in a timeless manner?
Yeah, but the whole point is...
Who is the best example for Muslim in a timeless manner?
No, I'm just going to give you one example. When the early Muslims conquered, right, they did it by the sword, yes, but guess what? Very few of those provinces ever rebelled because they came to accept that Islam was a better way of life than what they had. Because they had a greater sense of mathematics, which came from the House of Wisdom. They were able to do economics better. They did basically everything better.
What's your name?
Adrian.
Adrian, my name is Arul.
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 Yeah,
Arul.
Yes.
Adrian, please listen to me.
I am listening.
It's nice to throw in random comments,
Okay.
but which are not true. So you talking about mathematics, better system will come to later. They are not true. Historically not true. Islam did not advance anything better at all. Islam has been right from the start a system of regression, a system of brainwashing.
Have you heard of the House of Wisdom?
My dear friend.
The House of Wisdom.
No, please listen to me.
Okay.
Please listen to me.
Sure.
I am talking about history.
Mentally disturbed person.
Please come here. Don't be afraid. Please come. Grown up, please don't be afraid. Please come. Now, Allah, what?
What's your visa status here? Are you legal here, by the way?
What's that?
Are you legal here? Are you and Shalini pair? Like, is she your husband?
What is your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Arul.
Where are you from?
From India.
From India. Do you work in the Home Office? Excuse me? Are you the grandson of King Charles? Hello? Mr. Skullcap, please come here. Adrian.
Yes, sure.
Now, I want to stay focused on one topic. We began with women and men.
Okay.
Now, terrorism, maybe we'll just stick to terrorism, please. Just stick to one topic at a time, please. My point,
Okay.
just one topic.
Sure.
Otherwise, we won't be making advance anywhere. So stay only on that point. Islam is a religion of terrorism. Muhammad is the best example, and he himself is a terrorist. He went around killing non-Muslims. Testified in the Quran. If you know anything about the Quran, do you know, the other day you didn't know how many surahs are there?
No, he didn't. No, I'll tell you who he killed. Yes, he killed non-Muslims. But basically, do you know the Quran? There are two chapters. There are two verses in there. Chapter 60, verse 7, and chapter 60, verse 8, and chapter 60, verse 9. It basically says, those who are against you, yes, you can have a go at them. But those who understand you, you don't have to have a go at them. So basically, the only people who were killed were the ones who didn't understand the theory behind Islam and why it would bring better understanding.
In other words, non-Muslims were killed.
Well, everyone had a chance to be a Muslim, right? But the whole point is,
non-Muslims were killed.
Yeah, do you know why basically people can't become non-Muslims?
No, wait a second.
Yeah.
I am concerned that non-Muslims were killed.
Yes, I know.
Are you concerned about this or not?
I'm not concerned now because it happened a long time ago.
No. Please listen to me.
You're talking about
At the point of this happening, when going around killing non-Muslims, is that good or bad?
Well, it's always bad.
Always bad. Is there any caveat where, any condition where this could be good?
Well, there are certain laws and conditions where it can be done, but they are quite rare. But then
No. Is there any condition, any context in which killing someone just because he didn't agree with your religious view is good?
I think the question is a lot more complicated than that.
No. The question is what I have asked you, Adrian.
Right, okay.
It's unbelievable. Okay. You're standing here. Right. It's unbelievable. You're trying to say something and perhaps trying to get away without being accounted for. Simple question.
Yeah.
When a Muslim, so right at the start, I'm focused only at the start right now. Yeah. Muhammad going around killing non-Muslims. Is this good or bad?
Again, it just depends on the context of what.
Please explain. In what context would going and killing someone just because they refuse to accept you to be a messenger, in what context is that good?
Well, whatever context it was a long time ago.
No.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Long time ago. Let's pretend we live at that time. So forget about it being long time.
That's my point. We don't live at this time, right? Let me just give you. Can I just change it slightly, right?
No. Stay focused right now.
Give me 30 seconds.
I really want to focus on this.
Right.
Muslims killing non-Muslims.
I just want to ask
in what context is this good?
Right. I will answer that question, but I'm going to ask you one question first, which I'd like to answer. I'll ask one question. Why, in your opinion, is Christianity fallen? And why is it that many people have turned away from the church in the last 50, 60 years? And do you not think that Islam is actually helping people to go back to the Christian church? Because a lot of them abandoned it. So in other words, if we didn't have any Muslims here, I actually fear that people say, do you believe this is a Christian country?
Adrian, I'd like for us to return to the question asked.
Yeah, but
now, if you want a quick answer, I can answer.
Go.
Islam is so terrible, people are running away and becoming Christians. That's marvelous. But that is only indicative of the fact that Islam is so terrible. People can't believe their eyes that such a religion could have even survived anywhere in the world, and has eventually also come into our nation. People are terrified that this has been given. This has been given the privilege which is attributed to some of the other religions. So the point is, my dear friend, Adrian, let's go back to the original question.
Okay.
Killing non-Muslims by Muhammad, under what condition would this be good?
Well, I don't really know that for sure. I can't really answer that question that too well.
What is not to be sure about this?
Well, it's not that.
I'll give a simple example. Let's say
I follow history. Listen. You're talking about history from many centuries ago, yes? Right? Whatever's happened many centuries ago, we've got to be realistic and see what's happening today. Now, unfortunately, what we've got in our society, we've got young girls, right, who they don't go to church, they're not Christian. All they're interested in is get their lips big, their hair sorted out, their eyes this, that, and the other. They're taken away by social media. They literally, literally give nothing. They're into idol worship.
Sure.
In Islam,
you know what the solution is?
What's that?
Yeah. Just because men and women of our nation aren't being holy, The answer isn't to advance a murderous death cult. The answer is for our nation to return to the true God, Jesus Christ, in holiness and in truth.
I understand
That is what we need. Only in God of the Bible there is holiness, there is morality. You know, there is sexual morality and every other aspect of morality
can I just pick
is
you up,
only in God of the Bible.
Can I
But I want to return to the one question, one
the word
topic
death
we
cult.
chose.
One second. The word death cult. Do you know how I've used that on? I haven't used it on any other religion. I wouldn't ever use it on Islam. I'll tell you why I wouldn't use death cult. I used that on a couple of transgender people a few weeks ago. You know the transgenders?
Adrian,
One
Adrian,
second, wait.
I don't want. I want to. So I really want to. No. Enough, Adrian. I want us to focus on this point of. I want us to focus on this point that Islam going around killing others is evil.
Okay.
Do we agree or
I want
not?
to focus on these two villages.
No, I want to focus on this particular point.
If you answer my question, I'll answer yours.
No. You're going all over the place. I said,
all over the place.
let's choose one topic. We already had two. Remember, men, women, equality. And then in terms of Islam being terrorist. And we said, look, two is too many. Let's focus on one.
If I answer your question,
Focus on one.
Okay. If I answer that question to the best of my ability, will you then answer mine?
No, we need to stay focused on one subject and get to the bottom of it. And that is what I want to focus on right now. One subject. Now, if you want to focus on some other subject.
Your subject's irrelevant.
No.
Do you know why? You're focusing on the past. You're not focusing on the present.
So-
You're focusing on the past. Your argument's irrelevant. It's got nothing to do with anything.
So
I've asked you a
Muhammad,
question.
can we agree?
Muhammad isn't around now. He's dead.
Can we agree Muhammad was a terrible guy? Can we agree?
No, I think he's the most inspirational guy around. He's the
Going
most
around killing
influential.
non-Muslims?
That's got nothing to do with it.
Going around killing non-Muslims, is
That's
that
got
your
nothing to do with
inspiration?
it. No, I
Is
can't
that your
answer
inspiration?
No. I'll tell you why it's inspirational, because you've got 1.6 or 1.7 billion Muslims, and more people are going into Islam because it's the only religion that's not breaking down unlike Christianity.
Sure, Adrian, that's right. I can't believe you call someone inspirational when I'm clearly pointing out to you this guy is a murderer who went around killing people who did not accept him as the prophet. It's terrible, and if you can't agree to that right now, I cannot see what other meaningful conversation we could
I'll
have.
tell you why Christianity is falling apart.
No, nothing is falling apart. Don't worry, nothing is falling apart. Don't worry, nothing is falling apart. Jesus is going to return. He is going to rule as King of Kings, Lord of Lords forever. Please don't be worried. That is going to successfully happen. If you want to follow in the meantime a terrorist cult,
It's not a terrorist cult.
God bless you. Good luck to you.
Bless you as well. Thank you very much. Good talking.
Good to see you, Adrian.
Thank you very much.
God's blessings. Thank you very much. Thank you.